Bulavanaka, I'm Greg Clark. Thanks for joining us for another Drua Talk, and there's plenty to talk about this week. The Shop and Save Super Rugby Pacific season got off to a flyer last weekend. Some great rugby was played. There was some absolute cliffhangers that kept the fans on the edge of their seats. Unfortunately, the Swire-shipping Fijian Drua couldn't hold out the ACT Brumbies in a seesawing affair in Suva. And making the top six just got a little bit harder for Glen Jackson's men. We'll hear from the head coach shortly. Kini Naholo from the Hurricanes gives us his thoughts on this week's clash with the Drua in Napier. And Mesu Dolokoto swings by Clarky's corner for a chat. But first, another good crowd turned up in Suva to see the Drua take on the Brumbies, who were hoping to become the first Australian team to win on Fiji soil. Here are the highlights.
Season 2025 is underway at home in Fiji. First touch for the local team, Salawa. Well, this is their go-to, the ACT Brumbies. So good at the driving maul. Pollard controlling it at the back. A couple of the backs come in to add a bit of weight as well. Real pressure here for the Fijian Drua as the Brumbies rumble towards the line. Has to be used now, getting very close, crawling along the line, and it's okay. It is a try.
We've got a grounding, try's good.
Winning the game for the Drua on the bill in some big games.
Hold there, White.
Tap back. And it came butter up to the 10-metre mark. Kawai, through. He's got He's got nobody in front of him. Simeone Kuravali scores for the Fijian Drua. Listen to the crowd.
Sometimes when things aren't going your way, your leaders stand up, and that man there, Ikanevere, like he does all the time. He steps up. His ball carries are so strong.
Good take from Shaw. Lockie Shaw, the young
out.
former Australian under-20 star. So Pollard has it at the back.
Next one. Let's use.
Now they're going to use it out wide. They put it through their hands, and Toole floats one over the top, and Ollie Saxford just cruises in for the try for the ACT Brumbies. Well-worked move. And it goes back to the yellow card, gifting the Brumbies territory inside the red zone. Good take, and they go to the short side. Lonigan trying to catch them napping, throwing the dummy and getting it down in the corner.
Unhappy live.
Caught them napping. Ryan Lonigan. 15 on 13. He went the short side.
So live, we're happy that we've got a grounding. And the players
looks like he's come up with 5 points that they will be checking in.
And just like that again, straight after a yellow card, the Brumbies go to the line out.
You don't, and especially against a team like the Drua who do love to throw the ball around, you're just inviting them to play that sort of style of rugby, which suits the Drua.
Bind! Set! In half. Use.
Flags are up. Brumbies are up by 17 points to 10 now. Good strong run by Tamani, but they were waiting.
Leave it.
Penalty. Simmons. The crowd likes it. The flags go up again.
Guys. Set up on
It's crazy to think with the amount of yellow cards with the 2 yellow cards, that the scoreline is this close. Drua haven't really got into their groove, but they're finding a way to stay in the fight.
Well, that one falls for Joe Tamani. Up to the 10-metre mark. Drua on the front foot. They float one over the top. They've got numbers. And there's the first try in Drua colours for Palapate Longanamasi.
I've always got the pass backwards out of the hand. Play on for me.
The referee says play on. No forward pass, and it's a try to the Drua.
I can't believe the Fijian Drua up with those 2 yellow cards. Logani Masi.
They get the okay from the referee to say that is going to be half-time, so into touch it goes.
I've been happy so far, but I understand what you're saying.
And at half-time, second half is underway. 3 points in it, 20 points to 17. Drua in front.
Oh, here.
It's all the Brumbies at the moment.
Tackle! Last foot blue! Hands up! Advantage offside!
Offside, and now the try. And it's a replacement. It's Reese van Neck who just crashes over, and that was at the end of
Tavita.
New ahead, just couldn't get on the outside of Longanamasi, and the steal is there for the Drua. Lamani, Matabe. Lamani. Quick hands. Baba. Lamani. Frank Lamani, he has got a player on the outside. And there's the try. Luate Garawalebu, the man on debut for the Drua. And he's in the right corner.
Danakai Vata has had an outstanding game today. He's been best on ground for the forwards. He sets up that try with a beautiful line break.
Takes it out. And it falls for the Fijian Drua. Luate Garawalebu, he has got a double. Lachlan Lonigan throws to the back. They get it back to Lonigan, and they start to rumble towards the line.
Down by White!
Lonigan breaks away.
Here it comes! Last feet!
1 metre out, and well, if anyone deserves a try, it's that man diving across. It's Luke Reimer. Lachlan Lonigan at the back.
That's White!
Stopped once. A couple of the backs come in to lend a little bit of weight. Being told to use it, and Lonigan is only 1 metre out. Here come the Brumbies, and Reimer is over the top, and he's got a double.
Fair grounding.
Fair grounding, and the Brumbies. Declan Meredith as the rain tumbles in Suva, and this one is a good one. Valuable points, and that is time. And so the ACT Brumbies become the first Australian franchise to win a Super Rugby Pacific game. 10 tries all up, and that was in Suva. Great entertainment, and the Brumbies broke the Fiji hoodoo for the Aussie teams, coming back to win 36-32. The Drua still haven't beaten the Brumbies, but they'll get another chance in about 4 weeks' time in Canberra. And they'll need much better discipline in that one. Okay, let's check all the results from week 1, and the Crusaders got the job done at home against the Hurricanes 33-25. The Waratahs left it till the dying seconds to snatch a 37-36 victory over the Highlanders. The Brumbies beat the Drua by 4, 36-32. The Chiefs avenged their loss to the Blues in last year's final, winning at Eden Park by 25-14. And the Western Force pulled off a miracle come-from-behind victory to steal a 45-44 win over Moana Pacifica in Perth. The Force with a converted try after 26 phases with time up on the clock. So, here's a ladder. It's the Chiefs, Crusaders, Brumbies, Force and Waratahs on 4 points. No winning side picked up a bonus point. Moana, Highlanders, Drua on 1, thanks to a bonus point for finishing within 7. And the Reds had the bye. The Hurricanes and Blues are also on 0. Well, it wasn't the start Glen Jackson was hoping for as head coach, but he'll take a lot out of the first up effort. He joins us now on Drua Talk. Well, Vanaki Coach, thanks for your time in what must be a busy period for you as you prepare for a road trip.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It's the first time, obviously, we're getting on the road without a pre-season. I think the boys are excited to move on from Nandi. The weather hasn't been great this week, so hopefully down in Napier the weather's a little bit better. It's good to have a day game down there too, so it's exciting to get down there.
Well, you've had time to dissect the Drua's performance against the Brumbies. How was the review? What went wrong?
Well, the obvious. Obviously, we had a couple of yellow cards that were disappointing. One of them with CK, obviously, as Kelly was a tip tackle, and then one was a slap down that we've both talked about during the season or pre-season that we can't afford to have. So our discipline overall was pretty good apart from those two yellow cards. I thought we fought back really well in the first half to lead at half time, and then it was a disappointing second half that we didn't take our chances that I thought were on offer. We were after some good quality ruck ball. It's pretty much what I said on your show last week, and we didn't get that. So it's the debrief was obviously a bit of a missed opportunity, really. I think our boys played well enough to win, but at the end of the day, they didn't get it. So a bonus points all we walk away from.
Just go back to the ill discipline for a moment that led to 2 yellow cards and a couple of those key penalties conceded late in the game. That allowed the Brumbies to piggyback upfield. Is it simply a lack of experience at this level, or what do you put it down to?
Yeah, look, I mean, if you talk about discipline of the game, our discipline overall with I think 8-9 penalties is quite low in a game. It's just the timing of them. So yeah, when 2 have become a yellow card and then two more in the last half, with Masaki Vodivodi, leaning over a ruck and hitting the arm, but deemed it to be hitting the ball, which is, you look at that. I think Kini Naholo's last penalty is wrong. I think he was on the ball. So, you take those ones, we're just probably not quite getting the timing of when we're doing things, and then bringing the officiating into it. And then we understand that then we're under pressure. Teams like the Brumbies are extremely good, no different to the Hurricanes this week about kicking the corner and then defending mauls. And when you're playing like that, we talk about it a lot, but the little ill-disciplined stuff that we're trying to fix leads to massive opportunities for opposition.
This week is another major challenge, the Hurricanes in Napier, life on the road. What approach are you taking this year to try to get better results away from home?
Look, we haven't talked about it a whole lot. I didn't want to, as a new head coach, really to talk about what we've done. So we're looking forward to it. We've got quite a few changes as you've seen in terms of the team. I think this group is excited to go down there and take it on board. One of the big major issues normally is in a away game we're under lights, so a 3:30 kickoff again for Napier is good. I know there's a massive Fijian community down in Napier, so we're trying as hard as we can to treat it as a home game with the timings and everything like that. But we also know that our track record hasn't been great around it. So we've tried a little bit different around how we're travelling, leaving late tonight, Thursday, and then staying a night in Auckland to head down to Napier and get the win and get back on the road. So all fingers hope for a good win, but we're under no illusion, obviously, how good the Hurricanes are. Top of the table last year, coming off a loss, so we know they'll sort of be hurting as well. So it's a tough first road trip, but one we're looking forward to.
Jacko, quite a few coaches indicated that there'll be rotation in the early weeks. Are you one of those coaches who wanted to start the rotation early? Is that why you've made the changes?
Yeah, one thing I said to our team when I first took over is that I wanted everyone to have a good opportunity in the first few weeks, and that's part of it. I mean, we go on, we're a very young club, and I think everyone in our club deserves a good opportunity to put their hand up to perform it on the stage. And after a disappointing loss, I wasn't going to go away from that, and I think everyone in our club has worked really hard over the last 16, 17 weeks, so out of it they needed an opportunity to put their hand up for the games later in the year.
Now, does playing the Canes away from their home base Wellington make it any easier for the Drua?
We would like to hope so, yeah. I think, in terms of what we're looking at, it's certainly something we've pointed out, that Napier, and I know Napier pretty well, and obviously there's a massive Fijian community down there, and we're looking forward to them coming out, making a lot of noise. Same thing as I said before, 3:30 kickoffs, pretty unusual. They wouldn't have played too many of those in Wellington, so it's a bit of a change up for them. We're hoping that bringing it up to the sunny Hawke's Bay, that is good for us as well.
Jacko, thanks again for joining us. All the best in Napier on Saturday. Go well. Vanaka.
Thanks, Clarky. Look forward to talking to you next week, mate.
Don't miss this one. The Hurricanes up against the Fijian Drua in Napier in the Hawke's Bay region of New Zealand's North Island. Kick-off at 3:30 p.m. Fiji time on Saturday. And now let's hear from the Hurricanes camp. I caught up with Kini Naholo. Kini, it was looking good at times in Christchurch, but the Canes didn't get the job done first up against the Crusaders. What are the work-ons this week? Do you need to change much for the Drua?
No, we still keep the same focus as we had from last week, but we just need to tweak a few things that we need to fix on and hopefully do better than we did last week.
Well, the Canes have had some tough games against the Drua in Fiji, but you've had their measure in New Zealand. So what are you expecting from the Fijians this time?
Well, big forwards up front. We love to carry the ball hard and throw the ball around as well. They're dangerous when we turn the ball over and then come and attack. So we just need I think we can make our defence line in there and then don't let them do what they love to do, is throw the ball around.
No doubt you're happy to be playing them in Napier and not in Fiji.
We'll be a little bit cooler than Fiji, obviously, but hopefully it will be a good turn up. Fans from Napier, and then we'd love to see some Fijian fans as well supporting the Drua there as well.
Kenny, what's it like playing against fellow Fijians?
It's a little bit hard and to be honest, a bit scary to me. I don't know what they're going to do to you, but it's always good to play against Fijians and throw a bit of a bento in there while we're playing.
Yeah, no doubt plenty of sledging from the boys as well. Kenny, thanks again for your time. We're all looking forward to Saturday in Napier. Vanaka.
Thanks, Clarky.
Now let's check the draw for week 2 in the Shop and Save Super Rugby Pacific. Friday night, it's Chiefs and the Crusaders in a blockbuster in Hamilton, both impressive first up winners. The Reds play their first game of the season at home in Brisbane against Moana Pacifica, who are still hurting from that heartbreaking loss in Perth. 3 games on Saturday, starting with the Canes and the Drua in Napier at 3:30 p.m. Then it's the Highlanders versus the Blues in Dunedin, and the Brumbies host the Force in Canberra. Some great rugby not to be missed. Okay, let's update Super Rugby Pacific Fantasy and the Player of the Year award, and over 56,000 fans played fantasy. And those who had Damien McKenzie in their team will be very happy. The Chiefs playmaker was the top performer with 104 fantasy points, followed by Sevu Reece, Caleb Tangatau, and Tavita Canaveri was the top performing Drua star. Well done, Tex. And in the Player of the Year, voted by the coaches and the captains after every game, there are 5 players on top with 6 points after some great individual efforts in week 1. Fatafehi, Fini Anga Nofo, Kyle Preston, Luke Reimer, Ben Donaldson, and Adi Savia on 6 points, and on 5 points we have Caleb Tangatau and the Druas Voate Karawalevu. Well done. On Drua Talk, it's time to see who's in Clarkie's corner.
Joining us this week is a hooker, sometimes loose forward. I think I saw you on the wing playing sevens at one stage as well. Mesu Dolokoto, thanks for joining us. Where did it all start for you, rugby-wise?
Started way young, like most Fijian boys, like most Fijian kids. Started off in primary school from the year 9, under 9s, and then just went on from there up to high school, and then went to Canberra for a bit, and then came back, started again from Suva Club Rugby, and then joined the Drua from there, joined the Suva, then Drua. Then I was lucky enough to join the Flying Fijians, and then went to Glasgow for a bit, then came back, joined Tasman, and then now I'm with Drua, and still with Drua.
It's been an interesting journey, which we'll touch on a little later, but did you have a hero? Someone you looked up to growing up?
Growing up, had a fair few of them. Had like those the likes of Stephen Larkham, George Gregan, Matt Rogers, a few of them, and then you had like a few All Blacks in there. None, not one really. Like I had like a few of them across the board, like All Blacks, Wallabies, all those stuff. Yeah.
You were a true fan.
Yeah.
I remember talking to you, you were a foundation member of the Fijian Drua. We were at, in those early days at Lennox Head in New South Wales. It was COVID and everyone was excited about the journey ahead. When you look back now, this is the fourth year, your fourth year as well. So are you surprised at how quickly it all happened, and you've been in the playoffs twice already?
Not really. I think because thing about us, like we had all like similar backgrounds and stuff. So when we came in that first year, everyone just clicked, and then we like, and then we all stayed at Lennox. Like we all slept together, we all ate together, and the bond just grew from there. And wasn't surprised that we reached the finals that quick, because like our bond was like, unlike other teams, they had to like after training go home and like go to their different families. But for us, that first year after training, we'll like stick together, we'll go to the beach together, we'll spend weekends together. So I guess the connection built from there, and to make the finals that second, I think that was a testament to how we were, like how close we were from that first year in Lennox.
Talk about being a flying Fijian, a dream come true. Do you remember your debut?
Yep, debut against Scotland, 2018. That was a big moment for me. Playing with the likes of those big names, former flying Fijian, Leon Nakarawa and Aku Pusingara. It was a real highlight of my career, like donning the white jumper for the first time, and a moment I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
And what's it mean to you to be a flying Fijian, but also a Fijian Drua player? I mean, the country has embraced the Drua. You must be so proud of the achievements and how rugby is growing.
Yep, to be in the Drua and then able to make the flying Fijian as well, it's a real honor. I guess it's a good like for us in the Drua right now. It's like showing the people, showing the kids in Fiji, you can like, you don't have to go overseas to like make the flying Fijians. You can stay locally, like come up the ranks and like join the Drua, and then you can still make the flying Fijians. You don't have to go overseas to those big clubs and then get recognized. You can still come up the ranks in Fiji and then you'll get recognized. So you don't have to go that far all the way to Europe, but you can stay locally, stay wherever you are, do your work on your trade, and then you'll finally get recognized someday.
Just like Mesu Dolokoto, you've done it, you're on the journey still. All the very best for the remainder of 2025. Thanks for joining us.
Mesu is one of the great characters in the Drua camp and one of 3 test hookers in the Drua squad. Plenty of depth with Tevita Kadaveri and Zuriel Tongiatama vying for spots on a weekly basis. Well, the Rooster Chicken Fijian women have a trial against the Brumbies this weekend, and the season proper starts next week. Here's the draw. Friday, February 28, it's the Drua Women against the Waratahs in Sydney, a tough one to start with, so they'll need to be on their game. Saturday, March 8, the Drua host the Reds in Lautoka. March 15, the Drua are at home again, taking on the Brumbies in Lautoka. And they finish the regular season with a clash against the Force in Perth. Just 5 teams in Super Rugby Women this year, and the champion team will go on to play the top Kiwi team. The official season launch was held at North Sydney Oval this week, and representatives from all 5 teams were on hand, including the Drua's Betila Tawake.
Betila, coming into this year, how much of what happened last year at Balmoral was motivating and spurring the side on?
Just a lot of learnings from last year's finals, the result that we didn't expect. We're just working harder this season and also smarter with the things that we lacked on last season, and we just want to be back there on the top.
What was those big lessons? Is there any sort of focus area that sort of has been the key priority this off-season?
Just on our fitness and our set pieces, we focused on so much on pre-season, and just getting the team together.
And getting the chance to play Waratahs first up, does that just sort of help just continue to fuel that fire of what happened at Balmoral and essentially being able to sort of right that wrong straight away?
Definitely. We've been going in this week with our trial game with Brumbies, and then next week we're just looking like a rematch of the finals, so definitely we're gunning for that as well, and we want to start off the season with a bang.
We'll have more on Super W next week, but that's about it for Drua Talk this week. Good luck to the Drua, who take on the Hurricanes in Napier on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Fiji time. And we'll leave you with a look at the squad travelling this week. Bye for now. I'm Greg Clark. Mothe.